Oh, sorry about that. My phone went dead. Uh, I want to talk about me there for a couple minutes. I'm currently getting ready to turn 40 here in 4 days. Uh, I had a problem with addiction ever since I want to say 12. I mean, granted, I would sneak a drink or two of my mom's beer and her boyfriend's beer. Me and my little brother would sneak a beer and take it underneath the porch, drink it, whatever. But it really never got bad until I was about 12. Start smoking pot, start going to 40 parties. Um, I didn't want to go to school, quit school at 15. Was introduced to crack cocaine at 15. Uh, then it was floating between drinking and smoking pot there from 15 to 19 for 4 years. Uh, then when I'm wrong, 18. Then when I was 18, I got a half decent job. I used to build trusses and wall panels, floor joists. I used to do all that at a prefab company. And I was living with my sister. And I would work all week. I'd work hard. I got paid bi-weekly. And I would pay her rent, get a couple packs of cigarettes or whatnot. And then I'd spend the rest of my paycheck on crack cocaine. Uh, and that just went on for years. Uh, I got back with my wife when I was 19 and to help raise our son because I never had a father figure. Uh, so, I mean, that was kind of hard too. Stepping up to the plate, trying to be a father that, I mean, I really didn't know, you know what I mean, nothing about. Because, like I said, I never had one. And so my addiction it went from drinking to smoking pot, back and forth, and then I got into the crack cocaine, pretty hard. Uh, yeah, it was just floating back and forth like that, back and forth from alcohol, pot, crack cocaine, and I was helping my wife raise her daughter and our son, and then uh, my youngest daughter come around. Here soon it'll be 17 years ago, and I always did construction. I mean, I've worked at fast food joints or factories or warehouses, but doing the same shit over and over and over, I just got tired of it. And I always quit until I went into roofing. I've been doing roofing for, here in 4 days, it'll be 20 years. And I loved it. Something different every day. I mean, roofing's roofing, yeah, but it's different buildings, different roof systems, And I got into the drinking more. A nice cold beer was good once you got off the hot roof, Uh, going to after work parties. I got pretty deep into that. And, just went on and on and on. And some weekends, I got paid on Fridays. I'd go out instead of going home, and I'd blame my whole paycheck on drinking, cocaine, crack. Wouldn't go back home for a couple of days. And I mean, I'd swear up and down I got tired of it. I'd tuck my tail between my legs, and I would call my wife to see if I could come back home and all, and she yelled at me, all that good stuff, and I constantly swear and tell her that I'll change and I won't do it again, and da 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 da. Well, I went for a couple of weeks, at the most a couple of months, and then I go right back to it. But I've always drank and I've always smoked pot. She really didn't mind it unless it got in between me and my family and my job. So uh, that went on for years and years and years. Uh, then here recently, at the company I work for, they threw us a Christmas party a little bit before Christmas. I think the 14th or 15th of December, and us foremen's got a substantial amount of a Christmas bonus. I think I got 1,500. Uh, my son and my youngest daughter's boyfriend used to work with me, under me, because I was their foreman. And that day I gave my youngest daughter's boyfriend $100 for him for Christmas. I gave my son's girlfriend $100 for them for Christmas. My plan was to save $100 for my oldest daughter and give that to her. But after before the Christmas party was over, a bunch of us left, and I went to my buddy's house. Before that, I gave him some money to get me some coke, get me some crack, and we was going to his house to party. Well, they was going to bed, and I took a cab into my other so-called buddy's house. There I spent the weekend blowing my money, just snorting the coke I bought, and kept buying crack, kept buying crack, kept buying crack, chasing that dragon. A lot of people don't understand that a dragon don't care. They're chasing that dragon. That dragon doesn't care if you're poor, doesn't care if you're rich, white, black, Indian. It doesn't care. As long as you're tracing that dragon, that's the only thing the dragon wants, is you to keep chasing it. That dragon wants you to fail in life. That dragon wants you to lose everything. As I'm talking about this, I'm just getting chills. I got tired of turning my back on my family, turning my back on my God as I understand him, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I just got tired of turning my back on all of them and keep losing everything, from cars to I almost lost my family a couple times. I mean, this stuff is bad. People think it's a joke. It's not a joke. But like I said, I just got tired of it. And again, I called my wife, asked her if I could come home, this and that. I had a couple dollars left out of 1,500, and I mean a couple dollars. My wife has always been my enabler. I come home, she let me come home. If I didn't have money for cigarettes or chew or gas to get back and forth to work, she'd put gas in the car, or buy me chew, or buy me cigarettes, whatever I needed. And I've asked her for help, to help me a couple times. I don't know if she was scared or didn't know how, or felt like she was going to lose me if she helped me get help. I really don't know her situation too much. So I went back over to my buddy's house. December 30th, and I spent more money, and I called my wife. I was walking to work because I had to work on New Year's Eve to get paid for New Year's. I was walking to work talking to my wife, and she said that she was going to call my company I work for to get me fired, that I lost my family, my mountain bike that I worked hard for to get. She basically said that I was going to lose everything. And I don't know why, but that time, it stuck to me. I'm getting too old for this shit. I don't want to lose everything. I love my family. I love my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm tired of being that prodigal son. So I asked her if I could come home, and she told me yeah. So I went home instead of going to work, and after she went to work, I was laying in bed trying to go to sleep, but I couldn't because I was so jacked up. And I kept thinking, that voice kept talking to me in my head. Rich, are you tired of this? When are you going to stop? This shit's going to kill you. Till this day, it hurts me talking about it. Because it's a disease. Once you go so far into it, it's a disease. It will kill you. You just can't stop. But that night, that morning, I kept talking to that voice, and I know that voice was my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I told him, I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired of being tired. I called my superintendent, and I told him I can't come to work. I'm still drunk. I'm still high. I can't do it. It's dangerous for me. It's dangerous for somebody else that I'm working with. I can't do it. So I called the HR lady, and I told her that I'm still drunk, I'm still high, and I need help. She gave me the phone number to the EAP program, Employee Assistance Program, for help out at our hospital in my town, Hagerstown. And I called. Nobody answered the phone because it was still real early in the morning. So I got on Google and looked up Addictions Anonymous, AAC, and I was on the phone talking to this guy, crying because I'm sick and tired of doing the same shit over and over and over again. I'm just tired of it. So I was talking to this guy, and he wanted to put me over in Las Vegas. And I said no, because it's too far. My family wouldn't be able to come see me, or making excuses. And he said, well, there's another place up in Jersey, but you'll have to find a way to the bus station up in York, Pennsylvania, and then jump on the bus and go to Jersey. Something told me, don't go there. That place, they might say it's a good place because it's a rehab facility, but something told me don't do it. When he said Florida at River Oaks, I said, I'm going to Florida for the winter time. He asked me if I could pay for an Uber. I said, yeah. He called the Uber, set the Uber up to be at my house at 11:30. The whole time I was talking to this guy, I was crying. That's how much I was tired this time. I really meant it. I'm tired, man. I can't do it. I can't. So, my wife got off work at 11 o'clock, and nobody knew that I was leaving to go to a rehab facility. Nobody. So she called me at 11 o'clock, and I said, Retta, I need you to hurry up and come home right now, because I need to talk to you. After I was done packing the stuff that I thought that I needed, it wasn't enough, but anyways, thanks to my loving wife, she sent me what else I needed, and my loving sister. My sister sent me new shoes, new clothes, new everything pretty much. And that's what I didn't want to lose. If I stayed in my addiction lifestyle, I would have lost everything. But as soon as the Uber pulled up, I asked him if he could wait. My wife was getting ready to come. And he was sitting in the alley. And my wife pulled up, and I looked at my wife and started crying. And I said, I'm going to rehab. I can't do this no more. But at the whole time, I've been drug and alcohol treatments, supervised probation, unsupervised probation. I really thought that my addiction was my primary cause, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Something in us addict and alcoholics lifestyle, something caused us to do it, and that's the primary cause. This whole time, I didn't want to think of it, and I didn't want to believe it, but my childhood wasn't all that good. And there's things that happened in my childhood, and that's what my primary cause was. Once I went down to River Oaks, and I met my therapist down there, Christine. She basically asked me to write down from the time I was born until the time I went to River Oaks. And I did. And I handed it to her. And she glanced over it and handed it back and said, I want you to read this. Once I read that paper, I cried because my childhood wasn't good. I was drinking and drugging to bury, to hide the things that happened to me in my childhood. And I really never knew how to face that and take care of it. But thanks to Christine, and I owe this woman a lot. She's one of the best therapists down there. But thanks to her, I faced my problems. I took care of my problems. I ain't ashamed to say it. I'm still going to therapy about it. We need to talk to people. We got to stop bottling it up. We have to talk to people. And during graduation down there, I wrote a little, I guess, graduation paper to thank the behavioral health techs down there, to thank the other therapists down there, because we had to go to classes like school. We had to do it for 8 hours. And they wanted me to leave after 30 days. I told my therapist I wasn't ready. I'd like to stay for 3 months. because the way I look at it, the more educational skills and behavioral techniques that we can do to combat our addictions or our mental issues, emotional issues, or whatever it is, the better we'll be. And so they let me stay for 90 days, my insurance and all that good stuff, thanks to that. And but anyways, they're at the they're at the they're at the graduation party,